Medical Courier space. Yo, boss up, baby. We back with another live. Hey, yo, we live. Yo, we live this morning on a good Thursday. Help you level up before the weekend. I got a great video. You guys see the title, to the thumbnail. Top 10 paying medical courier companies hiring in your state, in your area. Now, this is more of a specialized medical courier video. As you guys know, there are different types of medical courier work. There's prescriptions, there's equipment, there's large volume blood, organ shipping. But this one is specifically about specimen collection and specimen delivery. So what that means is every time you draw blood, when you go to the doctor, maybe you do a DNA test for blood, you submit semen, police stations do semen for grape kits and stuff like that, poop, urine, any type of bodily fluid specimen that the doctor or clinic or anybody collects. Those specimens need to be transported to a lab within a certain period of time. Oftentimes, those things need to be put on ice. Oftentimes, those things need to be kept cool, kept warm, kept at room temperature, kept separate from other things. So those are very important items to know. And go ahead and drop down your city and state, because on all these lives we find work in your area. So as I'm going through these companies, I'm going to show you, I got these top 10 companies. I just don't talk about the companies, actually show you how to apply and actually show you how to get approved for them. So as we go through these companies, guys, go ahead and drop down your comment and state right now, because we're going to find specifically work in your area, see what cities have immediate hires, and see what cities have the highest paying jobs. All right, we got people checking in this morning. Let's go. Let's get it. Got Tampa, Florida. My man at D Cheesy 6900 and Willie from Jacksonville. So we got Florida checking in. That should be pretty easy. So Florida would be the first couple of places we check out this morning. I guess the levels are right. Everybody hear me, and we good to go. So no long talk, no long intros. Hit that like button, play that like tax. I'm giving you guys a lot of free information. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribing already. You want to miss this content. I bring at least 4 or 5 videos a week and have a backlog of over 100 videos around this courier gig app space. All right. So first and foremost, let's get into the companies. You see my handsome face playing in the background. All right, so first one is Care, rxcouriers.com. CareRxCouriers.com. Of course, these websites have SEO and where you're located, services turned on. So that's why it's primarily coming up with Atlanta. Well, let's see what we got for Florida. So you come to this one. Most of these companies have the place where you apply at the top. This one has the one at the bottom. This one has it at the top. We got Birmingham, Montgomery, Wake Forest, North Carolina. These are some immediate hires they have right now. $190, $225 per route. The route window is 11 to 7 p.m. Doesn't mean you'll be driving that whole time, but that's just the window you got it to get done. Oftentimes people schedule their lab specimen pickups or deliveries based on the clinic hours, and they usually wait until the clinic is closed around 6, 7 p.m. before they ask people to come and collect the samples. So that's what I'd had to do when I worked with lab logistics. I was collecting a lot of blood samples and poop samples, and my route didn't start until 6:30 and ended at 9:30. So it was about 3 hours. Made about $200 a day from that route. So it's pretty good until the gas went up, and made it not so much sweet because I was driving some good miles on a daily basis. So choose your market. and Tennessee, Alabama, Florida. Let's see what we got in Florida. Here's Florida for my Florida people. Hope you guys still watching the live. Drop a like, drop a yeah, I'm still here in the comment section for Florida. Major markets, Miami. So we said we got Jacksonville and Tampa. We got Jacksonville and Tampa for RX. Go ahead, give them a call. And I didn't actually even see the apply button here. Submit application where though? All right. So I'll actually call. Looks like I only got the application for this company here. All right. So next we got Dash Courier Logistics. I know this company is primarily in the Southeast, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. They may have expanded since last time I looked at them. Nope, they're still in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. But this is Dash Couriers, top medical courier, and also airport luggage delivery company as well. My boy still here. So we got Florida in the gang. All right. My boy. Sweetso boy, what up? We're handing in. All right, so we got 3 down. I got 7 more companies to go. Might even got a bonus company for you guys. You stick around to the end of the live. Shout out to you for checking in, man. Hit that like tag. That's all I ask. You can drop a boy a cash app or a super chat if y'all feeling. Want to buy your boy a coffee or lunch today. We definitely appreciate that. But first responders, couriers, they doing medical specimen transport, hazmat, life science. This is organ tissues. So they, most of these medical courier companies do, all medical courier type deliveries. Even though this video, this live is specializing in a specimen pickup. So you will need to have your blood-borne pathogens certifications for this. I just did a video yesterday, so check that out for the best places to get your blood-borne pathogen certs. This company is based out of Atlanta, but let's see, contact them to get driving. I don't see anything about driving with these guys. But the way I found this was best independent medical courier companies on Google. I Googled that, and the locations primarily picks up stuff in my area. So that's why you see most of these Atlanta companies. But like I said, these companies, they work out of a lot of different areas. And a lot of times these companies are subsidiaries of larger companies. So Courier's Atlanta, they probably got a Courier's Tampa, Courier Florida, Courier Miami, Courier California. So these companies specialize, kind of niche down in local offices and have their websites niche down to local offices, but they're usually a part of larger companies. Next, we got Life Couriers. Life Couriers. This looks like what, St. Louis. Got the arch here. Duval, yes, sir. What's the first one? Care RX. The first one was Care RX, yes, sir. CareRxCouriers.com. Yeah, man, we got people checking in, commenting. I appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy this morning. Let's get this to this money, man. Get out by this 9 to 5 rat race. Stack our bread, get out of debt, and live a lifestyle where we can retire at 40 and we ain't got to work for these folk all our lives, man. Minimize our expenses. Stop buying all this crap. Stop buying all these expensive cars that we don't need. Or just run the bag up and where you can afford everything, however you want to do it. But my lifestyle, I'm trying to make all the extra money I can, eliminate all the debt I have so I can be chilling with off of 10K a month. I'm gonna be living like a king. All right, so that was U.S. Couriers. Let's see, drive for a purpose. They don't really have how to apply. Disclaimer, it's not a get rich quick screen. It's definitely not a get rich quick thing. I don't want anybody to think you can get rich, but you can make more money than you do at an Amazon warehouse or some of the other things you're doing. but you know, 5,000 a month is not rich. That's pretty much what standard people make, but it is a lot more than what people making minimum wage and things are going on. So here's click here to see the availability. Let's see what they got. Open contracts, Raleigh, North Carolina, Wayne, Michigan, Maryland, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C. And okay, they got some Texas. Trying to see if we can find some Florida, Charlotte, North Carolina, Kentucky. Why? Okay, yeah, they ain't. We're gonna get into some. There go Tampa. All right, there go Tampa. My man in Tampa still tapping in with me. So yes, all of these are independent contractor positions. I'm teaching you guys how to boss up. Now there are, of course, like LabCorp. There are companies that you can, and the Red Cross and like that, you can actually work for. You get hired on in between like $18 to $25 an hour. You get to drive the company car, which is real smooth. You know, you got taxes taken out. You might even get benefits going through those companies. But I'm preaching to you guys a 1099 contract life. You can make more money. You can, you know, kind of also adjust your pay rate based on your skills and based on your experience. Based on the market, you can ask for more. And you know, you can drive your own vehicle. You don't have to worry about being at a certain place, cleaning out the vehicle. But you got to be required for the maintenance and the wear and tear. So it's a give and take on this. But yeah, my man, Ad Cheeser, we're showing you guys how to boss up with the 1099. All right. So here's Florida, medical courier work, company life courier, stat and on demand, contractor commissions, get paid per mile, per route. Once you live within 25 miles of the 33619 zip code, need to be 21 years of older to start off. I do want you to have some type of dress code, some type of appearance, no flip-flops. I want you to wear white shoes and a blue shirt if possible. And yeah, so it's the pre-screening questions. I got everything right here, which I'm not even showing. Let me go back here. Boom, there you guys go. And everything here need to have your proper insurance. I think I'm gonna do a insurance video next to show you guys what the proper insurance you need to have. Don't really get that question a lot anymore, but having the proper insurance is key, especially when you toting these specimens and transporting people's stuff, especially from labs. Your car gets in an accident, it gets stolen. These people can sue you because, you know, they may not be able to get like, especially if it's like tissue or they had to pull something that's very hard to get. They don't want it to spoil. They don't want nothing to happen to it, and they will sue you for messing up their stuff. All right. So go ahead, continue to drop your city and state, and we are finding work in your area, as well as you know, drop your boy a super chat, man. Appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all watching these lives. All right, let's keep it going. I got 5 more to go. And this one is BOCSIT, Bosic. So this company drive with us. Let me just go to their homepage so you can see what it is. Bosic, same day local courier services. Now, this is a new one on my list. Haven't did a lot of research or heard about them, good or bad, but it seems to be a pretty reputable company. They do have contact information, phone numbers, emails. So I would call. Here's the medical courier work. Simple form, show you what type of car you need. Driver's license number. I probably would not submit my driver's license number on this form. That it could be doing MVR checks, but usually they make you pay for those. So, you know, data gets leaked real easily. It's up to you if you feel comfortable doing that. Uploading your HIPAA and bloodborne pathogen certs is not a red flag, so go ahead and do those. It's not a lot of confidential information, but people can do some stuff with your driver license number by looking that up. So I would be slightly hesitant when doing that one, but it's all good. So like I said, these are ones that you need your HIPAA and OSHA search. I did a video about that yesterday, how to find that. Go ahead and check that out. Might leave a link right above right now, and let's check that out if you're watching this on the replay. And next we got, I want to call y'all EEC Logistics. EEC Logistics. It's a good company. I've drove for them for a while. They had me on doing a prescription pickup, but the route, I didn't like how they did their routes. Their route planning system was crazy. They had me zigzagging all through Atlanta, zigzagging all through the city. I had to go just one side of Atlanta for 2 hours a day, another. Now I get it, because certain times of the day you have to drop off prescriptions when the people are home. A lot of times it may need to be kept cold, and they, you can't sit it on their porch and even have it sitting out there, especially if it's some type of like an opioid or something like that, may need to be put up. People steal. A lot of times I was living in the trailer parks, so I get it, but having me go to one side of the city at 2 o'clock and then come back, go to the other side and come back at 6, just really pissed me off, and really was the worst of gas and all that good stuff. So let's get back into the video. My man DL for Life said where they're located. All of these are located in different areas. Comment your city and state, and we can see if it's in your area. Right now, we got mostly Florida, Tampa, Duval, Jacksonville commenting. So that's what I've been finding. But like I said, I can find space in your area. I can search wherever you are. But most of these companies are nationwide for the most part. Location does matter in this business. My man, North Carolina and Mooresville. Okay, I just saw something for Charlotte up in that area, man. I got family up in Winston-Salem. My dad actually from Salisbury, North Carolina, so my aunt still lives in Charlotte. So I'll be up in that area all the time. I might do a meet and greet up in the Charlotte area for all the people that watching and want to meet up and get some game and chop it up. I purchase everybody lunch or dinner. Do something cool for everybody tapping in with the boy Boss Up and Kaden out here bossing up. Here's the 1099. You fill out your form, and I want to see, do they ask you where you located? So this one does not ask you where you located. 24/7, 365 nationwide coverage. Services nationwide. So this company, like I said, is nationwide, but I've drove with them in Atlanta, San Antonio, Texas, Birmingham, Illinois, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Not sure how close that is to you. Virginia Beach, Wilmington, North Carolina, Durham. I know Durham. Here goes Charlotte. Boom. Charlotte for my guy. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Charlotte, Salisbury, Winston-Salem, they all up and down that same little 85 corridor, man. Yeah, I drive up and down there. It's like an hour and a half from Charlotte to Greensboro, where my brother is. I get to see my niece and nephews and everything. So I definitely be up that way probably during the holidays. So here's Charlotte. See what they're looking for. Schedule a pickup. So this is more of the people who looking to get stuff delivered. But you see, they are offering opportunities in Charlotte. May not be hiring right now in Charlotte, but let's see what we can find. We can find anything for this area. Okay, now they don't have any listings, but this is eeclogistics.com. Check them out. You can pause this video. You should be able to see the website at the top of the screen. So pause and zoom in on it. Write those websites down. Y'all guys get some time. You can fill out all these applications. Red Fox Medical Courier. I got about 4 more companies to bring you guys, plus a bonus one. Here's Red Fox Medical Courier. It's the top 10 medical courier companies out here. Dedicated routes and stat routes. So you really want these dedicated routes They're part of CLDA. I haven't really did a CLDA video lately. Last time I looked on this site, this is like an association of delivery drivers and delivery companies. And last time I looked on there, they didn't really have a lot of information or new companies. But when I first started this is where I went and found a lot of companies in my area and a lot of companies in different states. The CLDA is an association, and it just tracks all the top courier companies in your city, in your area. It has a map. You just click on the map and find different companies. And I got hired on a lot of companies, especially during the pandemic, before this medical courier game exploded and everybody hopped on the wave. Next, we got cargo.health. Cargo.health. Medical courier. This is actually a new one to me as well, so don't really have a whole lot of information, but does look like a very reputable company. Let me go ahead and put them on the screen. There they are. And let's see how we get driving with these guys. Our team right there. Are we driving? And apply now. Let's see, we got information on how old you got to be, any requirements like insurance, any payment information, general information, eligibility. You got to go through this whole application to see everything. Okay. Independent contractor. Yeah, we know. Driving experience, skill, competency. Like, they're gonna make you do a driving test, driving ability and compensation. I don't really want to go through this application right now. You guys can do that on your own and see what they're paying and report back. If anybody doing this live while we doing it live, let me know how much they're paying with cargo.health. Moving right along, we got reliablecouriers.com, reliablecouriers.com. Of course, the SEO, logistics, and processing, bringing up Atlanta for me, but I'm sure they are in your area. Let's go down to the bottom and see how do we get driving with them. Atlanta areas want drivers. And I don't see jobs. Let's see, jobs. Apply for delivery jobs, name, company, website, address, city. They got all the cities, all the states. Pretty sure this is a nationwide company. And appreciate you all. We got 17 people watching live right now. I need 17 likes on the live. Can I get 17 likes on this live? I will appreciate it, man. Bring y'all this sauce. Bring y'all the top 10 medical courier companies, so you don't have to go out and dig in and see what's the best for you. I'm bringing it to you right now. So that's Reliable Courier. So that is the 10 right there. Wow, we finished the list. Now I'm going to bring y'all some bonus ones. So here is LabCorp. As I was mentioning earlier, that they are independent contractors and they are actually W-2 full-time employee couriers like LabCorp, and where they give you a uniform, they give you your car, but the pay is slightly less than you would be as an independent contractor because you have less liability. So here they're hiring one in Connecticut, another one in Albany, New York, Mississippi, Missouri, Mobile, Alabama. See if I can find something for North Carolina or Florida, because that's what we got checking in this morning. I appreciate y'all, Florida boys. I'm dropping them zip codes and dropping y'all city. Here go West Palm Beach. I know that's not really near Tampa or Jacksonville, but you know, sometimes you might got to drive to get to the money. So this one is Monday through Thursday, 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And you got one Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7:30. That's an ugly shift, especially during football season, man. 11 to 7:30, probably real easy though. Probably real easy Sunday drive, especially no traffic. But that's the other thing, my shift started around 6:30 because I was kind of outside the suburbs. But every once in a while, driving around traffic during this time, can be a pain, man. So yeah, here's the other ones where you can apply for, you're a full-time employee. You know, ain't nothing wrong with being full-time employees. Get some skill, get some experience, see if you really like this business. Use that money to get your LLC. I know in Florida, I think it's like $200 to start your LLC. In Georgia, it's only 100. So use that money, start your LLC, maybe purchase you your own vehicle, something small, cheap. Spend about 5,000, 4,000. Get you a car, good cash car. Get cheap insurance on there until they tell you what type of insurance you need, and then get rolling, man. I do not advise people spending a lot of money. People message me and say, yeah, man, I'm thinking about getting a cargo van. I'm thinking about going and buying this, man. Keep your expenses low. Keep your debt very, very low with this business, with any business, especially with interest rates and the economy where it is. It's not the time to go out and spending a bunch of money, think you're gonna make it back real fast. You probably won't make it back real fast. You can make it back eventually with a proper game plan, but fast enough to where you got your first 2-3 months of payments. You better have those put away too, because I think you're gonna hit the ground running day one and be making, $2,000 a week. It's gonna be very tough. Get your nose wet, get in with good with the companies. As you start getting in good with the companies, they're going to start throwing you better routes. As other drivers leave, you're going to get those better routes. So that's how this game is played with these medical couriers. Contact university labs, contact local pharmacies to start doing these deliveries. A lot of these big companies that I showed you today already have the contracts in place with these universities and these labs and these hospitals. So it's hard to get your foot in. But as you going around and making your deliveries, if you just happen to bump into a doctor who's the owner of the company, like I did one time before, like, hey man, how much y'all paying this company to do this? Like, I'm thinking about starting my own independent contractor, man. You see me, I run to you almost every day. You see me doing a good job. You build a rapport with the staff and say, hey man, I think I could give you guys a better rates. And you have a dedicated driver. You don't have to worry about different drivers coming and knowing who's doing a good job. Let me just get a trial week to see what we can do. Make still a contract. You never know. A lot of ways to make money, a lot of ways to do this. But I'm showing you guys, how to get your feet wet with some of these companies. And here's also other ways to find places to work. Here's Yelp. Like I said, I just typed in medical courier services in Yelp. Here's some companies that do deliveries, Midtown couriers. Of course, all these are primarily in the Atlanta area because that's where it looks, but you can do that yourself as well. Same thing with Indeed. Go on Indeed, type in independent 1099 contractors, independent medical couriers in my area. The top leads will come up. A lot of time, these smaller companies put their ads online. They might even let people know that they're hiring on their website, but they just put all their ads online. Indeed, Yelp, and additional Glassdoor. Here's one as well. Medical courier company, Courier Express. It's a big company that's nationwide as well, but they do a whole lot of different courier, not just medical. So I didn't put them on here. And let's use that email. Glassdoor is Indeed now? Oh, wow. I didn't know Glassdoor bought out Indeed. Yep, all right. And here's one in Tukwila, Georgia, SDX RX. That's more prescription delivery than blood and urine. The reason I brought you guys specimen delivery today because it pays a lot more than prescription delivery. Okay. So it looks like my video was like moving a little sketchy and slow or something. I don't know what's going on. Hope the sound and audio is not off. About to hop off. We've been 30 minutes already. I'm gonna make this live longer than it needs to be. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Go ahead and drop down your city and state. We can find some work in your area. We got Mooresville. We found some Charlotte stuff. We found some North Carolina. Anybody else in the line want to comment their city or state? Well, we got Glassdoor up. And we can find some stuff. I don't think we found enough Tampa stuff. Let's find some stuff on my guy in Tampa. Quicksilver Express Couriers. Quicksilver Express Courier. See how much they paying. What's y'all boy paying? National Courier Express. So NCE. So like I said, this actually here is, I'm not showing the screen, but here is real time what I was talking about how a larger company will have a smaller company. So Quicksilver Express Courier is the smaller company based in Florida, but the bigger company, National Courier Express, has these satellite offices in different cities. So when you go to these larger companies like I did today, they can, branch you off or point you into direction of some of the local companies that are hiring. So don't just get discouraged if you do not see your city and state on the main website. Always call and see what they can do for you. Do not give up so easy, people. And here's some of the insurance requirements. They saying $100,000 per person, $300,000 per bodily injury, and then $50,000 for property damage. That's the 100, 350. You'll see that 135 posted on a lot of stuff. And this one will be DOT, hazardous materials, TSA. They want all the certs from you. And I showed you how to get them certs on that last video. So go check that video out. Anybody comment? And we got one more comment. I heard from Courier Express. What do you think of them? Yeah, Courier Express is probably the worst paying, the worst organized. I have a lot of turnover because of that reason. Their pay is crap, but they are everywhere. They are quick to get on with. I do recommend anybody that's starting off, at least get your feet wet, see what the bad side of this is, showing what the lower end of the pay spectrum is. So if anybody's offering lower than Courier Express, go ahead and tell them, go to hell. I'm not taking that low pay, but let's say they have it's good and the bad. Most of the reviews I'm hearing, and when I drove with them, it wasn't that bad. It's just, they have you going a lot of places. I had to do a stat delivery one time for them and another on-demand pickup, and it was pretty cool. But one time I did a route, and it was like, 40 deliveries, $150. Man, I was driving everywhere. It was not worth it. So you can pick and choose what you do with Courier Express, but I will advise at least, trying them out, get your feet wet. They will hire any and everybody on pretty quickly. That's Courier Express, and as well as Courier Connection. They're everywhere as well. Courier Express and Courier Connection. You'll see those two company names pop up every single where. Yeah, this company paying $400 a day. Okay. All right. Anybody else before we hop off? We got Tampa in the building. They got some good medical courier service. I think Florida is kind of like the capital of medical courier work. I don't know if it's because so many retirees down there. It's a large state in general. A lot of people in the sun. A lot of people out drinking, doing stuff. But yeah, medical courier work is very plentiful all up and down the Florida coast, Panhandle, Gulf, all everywhere. I see jobs in Florida. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We got 15 people watching live. Hop off, man. Appreciate everybody hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. Also, you can book a consultation with me if you want a one-on-one. You don't feel like dropping your question on here. CreditK.com. CreditDay.com. Just hit credit coaching or something like that. And it's all the same. We can talk about whatever you want. You can follow me on Twitch and TikTok. And you also can, drop me a cash app. A super chat. Hit that little super chat button. Drop me $2.99, $1.99. You know what I mean? Want her begging or nothing, but yeah. I appreciate you a little bit. Every little bit helps keep this channel going and help you level up. All right. All right, my people. Until the next live. And if you're checking out this live on the replay, I appreciate you.